3 hits as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 8-0. They now have 5 straight wins. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the Fish in Miami 6-3. The Braves racked up 11 hits as a team as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 4-0. Trent Grisham was on at the plate blasting 2 long balls as the Friars took care of the Rockies 2-0. The Rays totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the home victory against the Astros 9-8. The Toronto Blue Jays got 11 hits overall as they sent their crowd home happy in extra innings with a walk-off win against the Twins 5-4. The Cleveland Indians pounded out 17 hits in this one as they bested the Tigers.
We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Tonight, we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Cubs and the Baltimore Orioles. It's Orioles baseball, and it's coming up next. Alex Cobb will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matty, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's really struggled lately. ERA over 9 in his last 3 starts, and he has to do a lot better. This guy isn't that bad of a pitcher, but one of the keys, he needs to start limiting the number of hits and to limit the number of base on balls. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn things around in this one here today.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
Ball 3.
Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo.
1 strike.
And he lays off ball 4, and the leadoff man is on to begin the ball game.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
The 1-2. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take. Not what you want to do on the mound, go from 0-2 to 3-2, but credit the man in the box for being patient, even with 2 strikes.
He pulls this one into right, and that's in there, base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
No mistake what he was sitting on. Fastball middle of the plate, kept his hands back, stayed through the baseball, and delivers a hard hit line drive.
2-2.
Number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2 ball, 2 strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
Just missed with the 2-2 count, and it runs full now.
I don't think he can afford another base runner here, so whatever pitch he feels best about, whichever one he feels most comfortable with, that's the one I expect him to turn to.
Out of the stretch, the 3-2 pitch home. Hit sharply on the ground, and that's through into center field, base hit. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
Boy, after scoring a boatload yesterday, D-Row, they're off to a fast start again, striking here in the first inning.
Yeah, this offense is on fire. Obviously, the hitting meeting resonated with these guys. Scored a ton yesterday and picked up right where they left off.
Into the box, Kyle Schwarber. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Row, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. Number 14 on the season. And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0.
What a way to get things started while playing on the road. Top of the first and a big fly. Just like that, they take the lead.
Into the box now, Javier Baez. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. So the base is empty here with 1 away. And that'll bring up the multi-gold glover Jason Hayward. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
Sometimes you get off on the wrong foot, and it's hard to get back on the right one. That's the 4th hit he's given up here already in the early going. He's got to find a way to string some outs together, or he's going to be in some deep trouble.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. And he comes into this one really slumping. The numbers there over the past several games, not very pretty. Fouled off. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. He stays alive, still 2-2. Decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Count remains 2-2. 4 runs here in this half inning. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. Into the stands. He got it. But 4 runs score in the inning. 3 coming right here on the 3-run home run. On to the bottom of the first. It's now 4-0 Chicago. Kyle Hendricks is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA, and it's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. 1 good game, 1 bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
3-2 now. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit to short. Throw on to first, and 1 shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away. Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, you better be careful when dealing with that 5-hole hitter. Looking at his stats, I was really impressed with the fact that he's hit 4 bombs in his last 10 games. Lately, he's been the guy to watch, and I think he's ready to do some more damage right now.
At the plate, Yusniel Diaz. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this team is red hot right now. You grab your gloves to run out on the field for the bottom of the first inning, and you got a 4 spot, a crooked number up on the board for your pitcher. They're feeling super confident about the way they're playing.
So here's Trey Mancini. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mancini now. Popped him up. Baez has a play. And that retires the side. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Second inning upcoming from Baltimore, but first, here's Heidi Watney with a little bit more on the forecast.
Well, Matt, these conditions aren't really ideal for baseball right now, but I am hearing that they're expected to improve as the game progresses. The grounds crew told me between innings that the field's in good shape. They're going to continue to work on keeping it dry, but we should be in for more favorable weather later in the game.
Let's hope, Heidi, for all of our sake, that Mother Nature takes that front and passes it through without an incident.
At times, you have to stay focused, though. For me, a little dampness, a little rain, a little weather coming through might actually do the infield dirt a little good. Some guys like to keep it bone dry. I like it a little wet. Ball stays down.
And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. Anthony Rizzo will be next.
He's going.
There he goes. And he won't have to contend with a throw as that misses for ball 4. First and second now to start the inning.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Misses, ball 2.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Diaz is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with one away. So one out here with runners at first and third. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant. He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Two pitch is fouled away. And he fouls this one off. Runners are at the corners with one man out. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third. So in now for Chicago, Kyle Schwarber. Twos all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. 3-1 to the Cubs left fielder.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
There's ball 4.
Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with him. Don't like to see that in the second inning, but once he makes sure he's okay physically, I'm sure it'll be just words of encouragement the rest of the way.
So 1-1 home. High in the air down the right field line. And foul. Looking at his career totals, Baez carries a batting line a little over the 260 mark. The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2. Full count now, 3-2.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you've got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
This is on the ground to short. Is he going to get out of this? Over to first. He does get out of it, and the inning is over. A couple of walks, but no damage. The three of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Leading off the inning, Renato Nunez, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
3-2, full count. And the payoff pitch. high in the air out to center field. Happ is there, and he has it for the first out.
Batting fifth, the center fielder.
Stepping in, Austin Hayes. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call.
2 strikes.
And he rolls over this one foul. We'll do it once more. 3-2. Now a swing and another fly ball here as things are getting busy out there in Central. Happ is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Batting fifth.
Into the box now, Adley Rutschman will try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. A ball and 2 strikes to the Baltimore backstop now.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
The count now at 2-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They trail here 4-0. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with a report as we get set for the top of the third. Heidi?
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And one thing he mentioned is how well they're doing at simply putting the ball in play. We looked into the numbers, and as a team, they've had a contact rate of over 85% in this game, meaning that when they swing the bat, they're missing the ball less than 15% of the time. To put that into context, the very best teams in baseball usually are right around 80% for an entire season. So at least for today, they're displaying an amazing ability to put wood to ball.
Thank you, Heidi.
And they start the third inning the way they finished off the first 2, doing damage. As we take a look at his numbers, you can see they've had his numbers since the first pitch. If he doesn't buckle down soon, he might have a short outing here.
1-2 now as this catches the outer half. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Fastball well outside. Happ with a swing, and he connects, sends this one to deep right field. Into the flag court and gone. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. 4th home run here in the early going. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Well, in just a little more than 2 innings of work, he's given up 2 homers. Could be just one of those games for him. We'll see how much rope they give him. It's definitely getting shorter at the moment.
Here comes the Baltimore skipper out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he has signaled to the bullpen that's going to be all for his starter, Alex Cobb.
Now pitching for the...
So as he leaves, I would imagine these fans would not be much pleased with his performance here this evening, as he certainly was not sharp. 2 balls and a strike to count. And he missed again, high and away this time. 3-1. In there, and it's full 3-2. Base is empty here with nobody out. Into center field, line drive, base hit.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
So now to the plate, Nico Horner, and a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. Couple of walks for him thus far.
Jason Kipnis.
Outside, 2-1.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
No reason to sit on anything other than hard stuff in a location you like and drive it right now.
And he takes ball 4 again, and they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
Now batting.
2 on here with 1 man out, and that brings in Anthony Rizzo. The 2-1 on its way.
That's ball 3.
Call didn't go his way on 2-1, but it's important here on 3-1 to still make a quality pitch. You have to have the mindset that you're still the one in the driver's seat.
From the stretch, he pulls this one high and deep to right center field. Hayes on the run for it. Gone! So a 3-run shot to right center field. Number 13 for him on the year as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Standing in now, Chris Bryant. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
Now batting.
The next Cub up, Kyle Schwarber. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And it's fouled away. 2 out, nobody on. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Didn't miss by much there, but it's just a bit high.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Riding in once again, Javier Baez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Hey, this pitcher better be careful right here. My man at the plate is not trying to push something to the opposite field.
The 1-2 is low and outside for a ball.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys?
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire. 9 men come to the plate, however, 5 of them score. Into the box, Ryan Mountcastle. He went deep in the contest last night. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Happ is right there, 1 down. And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central. So striding forward now, Cedric Mullins. He'll get to take his first cuts here. 2-1 the count. To first, Bryant's got it. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. So 2 men are gone now in the Baltimore 3rd, and that'll bring up the catcher Chance Sisco. Hit hard to the right side. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They're down 9-0. All set for the start of the 4th, so that'll bring up Jason Hayward. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. Fouled away. Now the 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Digging in once again, Ian Happ comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
The last at bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Sliders, strike 3 called, and that's a pitcher's pitch right there. 2 gone. Digging in the switch hitter, Victor Caratini. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him swinging in the dirt. And that ends the inning. So a good bounce-back inning here after the 5-run outburst last time around. The 1-1. Misses for the second ball. Iglesias in front, 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4. Yusniel Diaz is the next at bat. Runner at first to start the inning, and Dan, when it comes to pitching in the rain, what changes?
I think the most difficult part, Matt, is the ball gets slippery. It's hard to keep your hands dry, and if you don't have a good feel in that grip, it's hard to control where you're going to throw the ball.
Now at the plate, Trey Mancini comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. But he will haul this in on the run as he had to go back to the warning track to do it, and there are 2 away.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. Orioles leave 1. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Asher Wojciechowski gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. New inning set to get underway. Now batting, Nico Horner. He went down on strikes last time up.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
So he punches him out looking at the fastball. Nico Horner goes down for the first out in the 5th inning. A ball and 2 strikes to Kipnis. The 1-2.
I got to count 2-2.
1 out, nobody on. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Now batting.
So digging in now, Anthony Rizzo. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. Just got a piece of that one. Perhaps shortening up now will get the ball in play. A bouncer to the left side. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. But they'll live with it as they hold a 9-0 lead. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They're still staring at a 0 in the hits column, so it's certainly been a struggle, but he did give credit to the pitching they've faced. That said, he said it's important they keep pushing to figure out how to break through without getting overly frustrated. It's time to simplify things as much as possible, guys.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Slow little grounder left side. And there's one down now.
Now batting. The pitcher.
Ready now for Baltimore. Adley Rutschman 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 1-2.
Oh, that's low.
Orioles still looking for their first hit of the ballgame. Fastball well outside. Hard hit ball to second. Sliding stop by Kipnis. Hey now.
Up next for the Orioles.
Digging in to try it again. Ryan Mountcastle flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They're down 9-0. Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1. Well, it certainly was a bang-bang play, so no surprise here that they're giving it another look, and they may decide to challenge the call on the field.
Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the word is from the dugout, but here's another look at it. Wow. Tough to tell if he was out for certain from that angle. I can see why this was a really...
Now an indication from the dugout is that they will not challenge the call on the field, so the runner is indeed out. Ready on 1 and 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Count full.
Fouled off. The next 3-2. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Not quite out of here. It's off the out-of-town scoreboard. So he'll hold on at first following the single to right. Make it 2 hits for him here this evening. And as we pull up our Cubs leaderboard, you can see he ranks 2nd on the team in that category. Here's Javier Baez. Cubs shortstop with a 3-1 count. The lefty Jason Hayward waits in the on-deck circle. Called strike 2, and now it's full 3-2.
I think it's a real possibility that they put that runner in first in motion. That would help them stay out of that double play that would end the inning, but that's also kind of risky at the same time.
And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. 1st and 2nd now with 1 away.
Jason Hayward.
The 1-1 home. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time.
And this was set up perfectly for him to start the double play. He's in ideal position. And then I think he got a little bit ahead of himself. You know that old saying, be quick but don't hurry? Well, I think that was demonstrated right here.
Digging in, Ian Happ. In his career against this pitcher, he's 1 for 2. The 1-1.
That's ball 2.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Called strike 2. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Next to bat will be Victor Caratini. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if...
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Back-to-back. Bottom of the 6th inning now. Digging in now, Cedric Mullins. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Fastball called strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Chance Sisco. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Orioles.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. 2 balls and a strike to the Orioles leadoff hitter. And here's a ball hit in the air. Hayward on the run, but this will land untouched. Here now the 2-2 is laid off and the count runs full. Yusniel Diaz would be next. Hit the other way out toward right field. On the move is Hayward. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Seventh inning ready to roll. Into the box now, Nico Horner. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. The 1-1. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. There to take it is the sure-handed Iglesias, 1 away.
Now batting.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Jason Kipnis. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. And he fouls this one off. The 2-2 one more time. Popped him up. Iglesias calls for it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. It's been a 2 for 4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Three-two pitch. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Hayes on the run for it. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cubs are down in order, but they hold a 9-0 lead.
Correct.
In now for the O's, Yusniel Diaz. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
We're moving right along into this one as we head into the late innings. Listen, if you want to score, you're going to have to bunch some hits together, and they haven't been able to do that so far. So hopefully this leadoff guy, this will be the right guy at the right spot to get something going.
Made a miss on the off-speed pitch that time. Yusniel Diaz is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning.
Mancini.
Bounce to first. Bryant is up with it, and he'll step on first himself for the out. And here's Renato Nunez. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Austin Hayes the next to bat. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Grounded to third. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for the Orioles. They're down 9-0. Here's Chris Bryant now. Well, the reliever remains in the game here, having pitched very well, but this is a longer outing than what he's used to.
It is, Matt, and I really tip my cap to him for gutting this thing out right now. On the other side, I worry they're being a little bit too greedy by leaving him out there. There are options left in the pen, and it would be a shame if all his hard work got undone because he started making some mistakes in location due to fatigue.
And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Whoa, you know a pitcher is really fighting himself when he misses a zone by that much. I'm surprised the catcher could even bring that in.
Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside. Where this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Now batting, shortstop.
Paul Fry comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. He's set, now the pitch. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. Here's Jason Hayward now. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. The 1-1.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Bryant over at second. Schwarber is over at first with 1 away. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane of the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Outside and a full count, 3-2. Ian Happ waits on deck. And it's fouled away.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule. Ready for another chance. Albert Almora will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
Albert Almora.
3-1.
Well, 2 on, 2 outs, and he's got himself in a great hitter's count. He just has to be careful not to get too aggressive. A walk would be good here, too.
Hit on the ground to third, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Cubs strand a couple, but they'll live with it as they hold a 9-0 lead. Albert Almora stays in the ballgame batting number 8 and takes over in center field.
Now playing center field.
Striding into the box, Adley Rutschman. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Ryan.
Fouled away. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Got him. 4 outs away from his date with history.
Well, a huge out number 2 here in the 8th. 4 outs remain, but the finish line is starting to come into focus now.
A bouncer up the middle. Base hit, and the no-hitter comes to an end here in inning number 8. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Now batting. The designated hitter. 10. Cisco.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Here comes the Chicago skipper now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he'll leave after his strong 7 2/3 here as he'll hope the bullpen can get the final 4 outs to secure his victory.
Whoa, he was swinging out of his shoes on that changeup. Must have looked real good coming in, but a different story once it got near the plate.
Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. All set for the start of the inning. Now out of the plate, Victor Caratini. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. Fouled off. Josh Fegley will try to get his club a little ninth inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here.
Fegley.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Iglesias ranging into the outfield. He's there and records the first down.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. One out, nobody on. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Hayes on the run for it. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
So the lineup flips over, and David Bodie will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
David Bodie.
Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. Good spot for the change there, and that'll knock things up at 2-2. Now here's the pitch.
I got 3-2.
And there's strike 3, so we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. David Bodie will remain in the game at second base after coming on as a pinch hitter in the last half inning.
Second base, number 42, David Bodie.
Back to the top. Top of the Oriole lineup now, and stepping in, Jose Iglesias, starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
The right fielder, Yusniel.
In now, Yusniel Diaz.
I know the score's out of hand right here, but I've never met a big league ball player that's going to give away an at-bat in any game ever. Nice piece of hitting right there, staying within yourself and grabbing you a knock.
And that's outside. He lost him, ball 4. And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And he fouls this one off. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Here now the 2-2.
Helpful.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out. Settling in now, Renato Nunez. It was a walk in his last trip. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
All right, no more hope, and he's going to chase. It's 2-2 now.
Bases loaded here, nobody out. Down the left field line and deep, and they do in fact let it land foul. Very smart. The next 3-2. Pitches away, but it's swung on and grounded to second. There's one on to first, and it's double play, though that first run of the ball game is across to score.
Yeah, you know, that's a big wasted opportunity. Even though a run does score on the play, they're still down, and trading 2 outs at this point in the game is really costly. Not a good turn of events for them.
Throw on to first will be in time to get him, and the Cubs have claimed the 4th consecutive victory here as this ball game is over.
Hey, a great win for these guys as they wrap up another one, but a little bit of a sour note, though. Everyone has to head home Get on those computers and get those taxes out before midnight.
9-1 is the way this one ends. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Kyle Hendricks earns the win, his second, as he allows just one hit through his 7+ innings of work. Alex Cobb struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is the final line score tonight.